In today's video, I'm going to be discussing 63.6% and your Social Security, retirement, disability, SSDI, survivors, spousal, and SSI checks. I have all the details for you right here in the video. Let's get into it and discuss what's going on. All right, now first off, I have a really quick question for you. It's going to sound like a trick question, but honestly, it's not a trick question. If your benefits were 63.6% higher today than what they are right now, do you think that would be a little bit beneficial to you and your lifestyle? Again, I know that sounds like a terrible question. Sounds like a trick question. Honestly, sounds like a dumb question. It's obvious. Yes, yes. Sign us up. We want the extra 63.6% raise to our benefits. That's very obvious. Do you think your lifestyle would be better? Yeah, that'd be hundreds, a lot of money on a monthly basis for most people, maybe even a couple $1,000s for some people in some instances as well. So anyway, I want to break this down for you because, believe it or not, more reporting is coming out here showing exactly this, and I want to break it down for you so you can clearly see what this means for you, your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, and what has been going on here over the last several years as well, and how this has directly impacted your money and your benefits. So anyway, let's talk through the details about this. Really fast before we do, can I ask a huge favor of you? If you have not done so yet, or if you happen to be new here, first off, welcome. Thanks so much for watching. Truly do appreciate it. Will you please make sure to subscribe to the channel by hitting the subscribe button and right down below the video. Join the other nearly 500,000 people here on the channel that have already subscribed. Thank you so much. Really do appreciate it. I'm here for you every single day. I'm watching the headlines, doing all the research, advocating on your behalf, answering questions, doing anything I possibly can right now to keep you informed of what's actually going on, anything that may impact your money, your benefits, your lifestyle, programs, money, checks, raises, anything like that you can possibly grab or take advantage of. A lot of things are changing right now. It's a busy time. You've seen that with all the videos I've had out. There's a lot of things that are coming out right now, and lawmakers, they want to change your benefits. They want to change the program in a lot of ways. You've seen all the proposals out there. It's nuts to see what's going on. But anyway, thank you so much for your support. Please subscribe down below, and let's get into it and talk about this. All right, so let me explain what's going on here, okay? So there's a bunch of background information that I want to share with you quickly so we can paint the clear picture of what is actually happening right now and how this directly pertains to your money, your benefits, and exactly what has been going out to the beneficiaries for the last several years here, okay? So let me just say this much. Over the last, call it, 20, 25, 30 plus years or so, let's just call it 20 to 30 years, okay? Over that amount of time, how much do you think prices have gone up on everything out there right now? So goods and services, everything. A dozen eggs, a gallon of milk, a loaf of bread, a haircut, a car, a t-shirt, a pair of jeans, a pair of shoes, some socks, glasses, healthcare costs, housing, everything, you name it, gas for your car, insurance for your car, everything. How much do you think prices have gone up on literally everything across the board? Well, I'll tell you, averaged out, it comes out to be 144.6%. That is where we're at right now. So just in the last, call it 20 to 30 years, okay, in that time frame. And again, I know that's a long time. 20 to 30 years, like, wow, that's nuts. That's a long time. I agree with you. That is a very long time. But in that amount of time, prices on everything have gone up 144.6%. That's a lot of increases. In other words, what does this really mean? It simply means that the purchasing power of your dollars that you're carrying around are becoming worth less and less and less literally every single year, right? I've said this before in other videos. The depletion of purchasing power is, in other words, basically called the erosion of money, or basically inflation. That's literally all it is. The purchasing power is becoming less and less. You're getting less for your dollars. Let me give you a quick example here. Think back when you were a kid, or maybe a teenager, I don't know, maybe in your 20s. When you had $1, what could you buy for $1 then? A lot of stuff, right? Not even that many years ago, you could actually buy a few things for $1, $5. You could actually get, a decent amount of things. What can you get for $1 or $5 today? Nothing. You can get basically nothing, right? I mean, maybe can you get like a pack of Tic Tacs for $1? Honestly, I don't even think you can anymore, right? I don't even know what those things go for. But remember back in the day, you could get like a little pack of Tic Tacs for like, I don't know, 69 cents or something. I don't think that's happening anymore. I have no idea what they're going for these days. I think it's like $1.39 or something. It's a lot more than $1. My point is, $1 is basically worthless now. You get nothing for it, right? Whereas before, you could get a lot of things. That, again, that is the depletion of purchasing power. That is the erosion of money. Basically, our money is just losing value, okay? And it's called inflation, okay? But anyway, you get that. I've talked about it before in other videos, okay? All right, so now that one number in mind, okay? 144.6% in the last, call it 20 to 30 years, prices have gone up. But during that same time frame, how much do you think that your benefits have gone up as well? As in your monthly benefits as a result of the annual cost of living adjustment, which, by the way, quick side note, the cost of living adjustment is supposed to do what? Exactly what the name implies. Cost of living adjustment. Let's think for a second. What does that do? Well, it's supposed to account for the cost of living due to inflation going up every year. It's supposed to account for the cost of living. If the cost of living goes up 5%, well, then the COLA should also be 5%, right? It's supposed to be, but is it? No, right? Especially the last few years here with rapidly rising inflation and high inflation, I think we all recognize, yeah, not a chance, right? We know better than to believe that the cost of living adjustment is actually at parity with real inflation. Nope, sorry, we know better than that, right? It does not keep up. But here is the situation, okay? So over the last, again, call it 20 to 30 years or so, give or take a little bit, but benefits have gone up 81%, okay? So benefits have gone up 81%, which, don't get me wrong, that's nice. I mean, that's a nice little increase to benefits. We've nearly doubled our benefits because of the COLAs. That's just because of the COLAs. Again, 81%. However, 81% of pricing, or 81% of increases to benefits as a result of the COLA, I'm sorry, that's a far cry from the real actual price increases due to price increases on goods and services of 144.6%. This is a difference of 63.6% is how much benefits have basically not increased over the last several years here because of essentially the COLAs not keeping up. Now again, you've heard me say this before over in other videos as well, which is this much. What is our best friend, okay? One of the best friends of anybody who has any money, any income, raises to benefits, anything like this. Time and compounding. Time and compounding, when they work together, you end up with a lot more money at some point in the future, okay? And unfortunately, this is the situation where time and basically negative compounding has basically worked negatively against the beneficiary, okay? Let me explain really quickly. So prices have gone up over that same period of time. Like I said, 144.6%. You know that. I've said it many times now. Benefits have gone up 81% as a result of the COLAs. However, that's a difference of 63.6%. So what has happened is that every year, maybe the COLA only falls behind actual price increases by a little bit. 0.2%, 0.7%, 0.5%, 1.1%, 0.2%. Again, it's a little tiny bit every single year, but that's the problem. We're talking about 20, 25, 30 years here in this example, and this is the actuality. This is the real thing that actually happens. So, unfortunately, over this long period of time, and the lack of compounding because of the extra little raise to benefits, because remember, on a year-over-year basis, an extra 0.3%, 0.5%, 0.7% on a year-over-year basis is not much. What? Maybe a few pennies per month, a few dollars per year, something like that. It is not that much money on an overall monthly and annualized basis. But it's the compounding that we're missing out on. That's the point here, okay? So compounded over long periods of time, we've missed out on all of this because of little, small, incremental changes to the benefits that should have been there that were not there to adjust for real cost of living adjustments and where prices actually went. Does that kind of make sense? Okay. So it's not like 1 year they all of a sudden just stiffed us 63.6%. No, I'm not suggesting that. That's not what happened. But rather, it is small incremental changes every single year. For example, let me just give you a really quick example here, Gary. I'm going to use round numbers. This is not, real actuality. I'm just giving this as an example to illustrate exactly what I'm explaining here, okay? Let's just say that 10 years ago, again, just throwing out a random number here, okay? 10 years ago, let's just say that 1 year, the COLA went up 1%, okay? But prices actually went up during that same time frame by 1.3%, okay? In other words, locking in a loss of a 0.3% difference between the COLA and how much prices actually increased during that same time period, okay? So for that 1 year, okay, it's only 0.3%. That's, we want it, but it's not that big of a deal at the end of the day. But that was 10 years ago. Now imagine the next year, okay, so now 9 years ago, prices go up by 1.6%, and the COLA only goes up by 1.2%. Again, another discrepancy of 0.4%. Again, it's not much. It's not going to translate into much, but now it's 0.4% that year as well. And again, the previous example I gave was a discrepancy of 0.3%. Now we're sitting at nearly a 1% discrepancy. It's actually 0.77%, but you get my analogy here, okay? So if that happens year over year over year, over 20, 25, 30 years, now you see how benefits have fallen behind significantly and how we're having this discrepancy of basically 63.6% when it comes to benefits, how much they've increased over the last 20, 25, 30 years. 81% compared to how much prices have increased during that same amount of time, 144.6%. Do you see this? This is nuts, right? So again, it's not a whole lot, but that's not the point. We want it, okay? We want it, and it's the compounding in time that makes the huge, huge difference here, okay? So anytime that you see reports out there or you hear anybody say seniors are falling behind, seniors are struggling, seniors are having a hard time financially, no duh. I mean, seriously, that's a really technical term right there that I just said. But seriously, it's no surprise why seniors are falling behind and will continue to fall behind unless something changes with this, which I'm going to be honest with you, I don't foresee the COLA changing anytime soon. As far as lawmakers coming forward and saying, we've got to change the COLA to better reflect pricing. Yes, there are proposals out there to change it from the CPIW to the CPIE. It's not going to happen. Just saying that much right now. I highly doubt it happens. And if it does, the CPIE does not even better reflect pricing. What we really need is accurate reporting. That's really what we need, okay? It's not about what inflation measure we're going to use to calculate the COLA. It's not about that. It's about accurate reporting of actual pricing for goods and services. That is what we really need. We need accurate reporting to better reflect in the COLA. That's where it comes down to, okay? Take your pick on whatever inflation measure you want. Who cares? They're all probably not really keeping up with real price increases, right? That is where the discrepancy comes in. Make sense? Anyway, I want to bring this to your attention really quickly. No, I'm not suggesting that we're going to be getting a 63.6% raise to benefits. I'm not saying that. I'm simply saying that if benefits over long periods of time, the last 20 to 30 years or so, give or take a little bit, if benefits would have actually been adjusted to account for the real increases in price over that same amount of time, we'd be sitting on benefits that are 63.6% higher than currently what they are today because of the COLAs that would have actually kept up if they were actually working in parity with price increases and actual inflation. Does that all make sense? Right? So anyway, let's leave it at that for now. As always, if you have any questions, comments, concerns, anything like that, stick that down below in the comment section. I'll do my best to answer those or come back in a follow-up video and do whatever I can to answer that for you. Otherwise, please subscribe down below. Totally free to do so. Always has been, always will be. Check out some of the other videos here on the channel, including the thousands in the video library. The ones I've hand-selected for you down below in the description or the top of the comment section there as well. Or right now, popping up on your screen, you'll see some videos there. So enjoy. Take your pick. Check out that next video. And until next time, enjoy your day. Take care. Have a good one. And